Hello, am I audible?
Yes.
Yes.
We should wait for, I think, 2 or 3 minutes for the presenters. Okay, we should start now. We have already running off the time. So, as you know that we have started our seminar, 3:30 in the morning, and now 10:30 in the morning, and now 3:38. It's a very, you know, long procedure we have been just maintaining. We know the focus, the essence of the seminar, which is on Mahatma Gandhi in the light of present day challenges, and we got some of the eminent scholars, thinkers, and students, and we got enlightened with the speech, with the insights and stimulating lecture by given by the eminent and prominent, distinguished keynote speaker, plenary, and distinguished lectures. So we congratulate all of them, and some of the paper presenters who are there, who were there in that session. So let's not further ado. This session, the first sessions of the paper presentation, that should be chaired by Dr. Upasana, uh, Dr. Upasana De, who is an academic counselor IGNEU. Madam, are you there?
Yes.
It's over to you. Please continue.
So, good afternoon, everyone. I welcome you in the online international seminar on Gandhiism, traditional to contemporary reflection by Boy Arut Publication. This is a parallel session for paper presentation. I, Dr. Uposama De, the academic counselor of IGNOU, chair this session. In this session, there are 6 paper presentation by distinguished presenters. Hope you will enjoy the session a lot. So the first presenter, Dr. Ananda Queen. She is not present. So the next presenter, Pooja Rani Roy. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Good evening.
So please proceed.
Okay.
So, shall I start with my presentation?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay, okay. I would like to share my presentation keynote with you. I'll just share the screen. Just give me a minute.
Yes, yes, yes. So the first paper was on From Khadi to Make in India, the changing face of Swadeshi by Pooja Rani Roy of Ravindra Bharati University.
Okay, so good evening, everyone. It feels immensely well, and I feel so great to be a part of this seminar and present my paper. So without any further introductions, hello, I am Pujarani Roy, and I was a student of Ravindra Bharati University, and I have recently qualified the UGC NET examination and am preparing for my PhD journey. So moving on straight to today's topic, we are talking about Gandhism, and my paper is titled From Khadi to Make in India, the Changing Face of Swadeshi. Now, as I talk about this particular segment, I want to say that this concept began as an anti colonial economic strategy but has evolved into a complex cultural, political, and ethical idea in contemporary India. So, my aim in this presentation is to trace the historical roots of Swadeshi, explore how its meaning has shifted over time, and ask what it means to rethink Swadeshi for the 21st century. Moving on to my first slide, Khadi and the Swadeshi movement. As we all know, it was a very integral part of the Indian independence movement. Khadi cloth was called the livery of freedom. Swadeshi literally means of one's own country, but the term has never had a fixed meaning. It has meant different things at different moments: an economic boycott, a moral duty, a cultural identity, and now even a market brand. So, understanding Swadeshi means that we examine these shifts. Spinning one's own garments was a strategic act of protest and autocracy. It was a way to show that we can take our stand and we can love our own country as well as be efficient about it. As Gandhi correctly says, the spinning wheel represents to me the hope of the masses. Key features of the Swadeshi movement included boycott of British goods, promotion of indigenous industries, and creation of national consciousness. For leaders like Tilak, Aurobindo, and Lala Lajpat Rai, Swadeshi was not simply about economics, it was a political tool to unify India. Speaking of Gandhi, Swadeshi meant for him living simply, supporting local communities, valuing self reliance, and resisting exploitative global capitalism. Moving on to my next slide, as we travel so many years throughout history, we come across Make in India, which can be sort of called as the modern Swadeshi. It was launched in September 2014, and the slogans were Vocal for Local, Atmanirbhar Bharat or Self-Reliant India, Make for the World, and so on and so on. Now, to improve the situation, that Khadi just stayed a niche product, the government set up the Khadi and Village Industries Commission, KVIC, in 1956 to develop and promote Khadi production in rural India. But the issue that arose at this juncture was that the commission faced large number of unsold products in stock and was burdened with the Herculean task of finding artists and experts who were inspired to work on and preserve the tradition. Coming to the tensions, the prime importance of discussing this topic, that has Swadeshi changed? Has the meaning of Swadeshi changed? What does the sentiment of Swadeshi mean to us right now? Coming to the tensions, the 21st century shift. This new Swadeshi is often tied to a startup culture. So, rhetoric versus reality. We are not able to practice as much we have preached, or the government and other organizations related to this particular venture have not been able to follow or capitalize on this sector so much. Here, Swadeshi became less about resisting colonial power and more about building global competitiveness. As you can see, I have included 3 points of tension: rhetoric versus reality, scale, inclusion, and livelihoods, symbolism, nationalism, and co optation. So, Swadeshi raises several concerns. It has been reduced to some sort of a marketing procedure where local becomes a label for profit. So, more than the sentiment, personal profit gains priority. It is sometimes it is promoting exclusionary nationalism, and economically speaking, supply chains are so global that defining a purely Swadeshi product becomes nearly impossible. Moving on to my next slide, just give me a second. Yes, reimagining Swadeshi. Why should we reimagine Swadeshi? Because India's social, environmental, and economic challenges are very different from the colonial era. So, if we continue to project Swadeshi in the same sense, it might not be so effective for the new market, for the new, so competitive, so many rivalry, that market will not be able to be achieved. So, I personally think that a reimagined Swadeshi must address certain issues: sustainability, fair labor, digital economics, global interconnectedness, and ethical consumption. Simply repeating the older models will not be enough. Therefore, a modern Swadeshi could mean supporting local artisans and MSMEs, or small and middle sized enterprises, not just big brands who put on the tag of Indian to be relevant. Digital self reliance, data protection, indigenous tech, and AI development. Most importantly, cultural inclusivity, celebrating India's diversity rather than a single idea of Indianness. So, I think it is quite clear in this perspective that why it is very important to reimagine Swadeshi as a mixture of sentiment and efficiency. To conclude, the journey from Khadi to Make in India testifies that the essence of Swadeshi, tempered with austerity and moral protest, has ultimately evolved into a state led industrial initiative seeking national growth and global integration. This changing face of Swadeshi, from Khadi to Make in India, is a nationalistic emblem of India trying to recast patriotism into a developmental tool. Whether these policies and implementation succeed will depend on how skillfully the tensions that I just discussed in the previous slide between the symbolism and the practicality of the sentiment, between home and the world, between ideals and their realizations, are dealt with. I will end my presentation with a quote regarding Swadeshi by Gandhi, because this quotation, this will lead to. I'm just close to ending my presentation. Just ending it with Gandhi's quote regarding the relevance of Swadeshi. The spinning wheel represents to me the hope of the masses. The masses lost their freedom, such as it was with the loss of the charkha. The charkha supplemented the agriculture of the villagers and gave it dignity. It was the friend and solace of the widow. It kept the villagers from idleness, for the charkha included all the anterior and posterior industries: ginning, carding, warping, sizing, dyeing, and weaving. So, the Swadeshi face may have changed, but the nationalist sentiment still remains, and it is our duty to carry on with that tradition. Thank you so much. With this, I end my presentation.
So thank you, Pooja, for your nice presentation. I had only a question to you. What do you think about the debate between globalization versus Swadeshi?
Ma'am, if I talk about the global market, then it is, as I already told, that it is becoming very difficult to maintain the Swadeshi sentiment alongside alongside culturing to the global market. So that is why I believe that not only institutions but small enterprises, us as consumers, we should be more conscious about the fact that while we are catering to the market, we do not lose ourselves to capitalism and consumerism and forget the Swadeshi narrative and what Gandhi wanted to inculcate in us. The nationalist, the fact that production in our home feels so close to us rather than buying from foreign products.
Okay, thank you, Pooja.
Welcome, ma'am.
So the next paper presenter was Dr. Shantosh Kale from Solapur University. He will be presented his paper on Mahatma Gandhi's Gram Swaraj, a model for sustainable rural development. Are you there, sir?
हेलो हाँ मैम मेरा आवाज आ रहा है ना
हाँ.
यस 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 सर स्लाइड शुरू कीजिए
So please start your presentation, sir.
सर स्लाइड
Shoaib,
ओके
please help me.
Shoaib, please show the
Yeah.
slides for your
Yeah.
entire film.
Just a minute. Just a minute.
हेलो हाँ मैम आवाज आ रहा है ना मेरा
हाँ.
यस मैं सबसे पहले पार सर को धन्यवाद देना चाहता हूँ इस इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस में मुझे पेपर प्रेजेंट करने के लिए उन्होंने अनुमति दी और हमारा पेपर जो है उनके इंटरनेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस में इंक्लूड किया इसलिए मैं पार सर का बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद देता हूँ एंड मेरा जो रिसर्च पेपर है महात्मा गांधी ग्राम स्वराज्य ए मॉडल फॉर सस्टेनेबल रूरल डेवलपमेंट ये पेपर जो है वो महाराष्ट्र के हिस्टोरिकल बैकग्राउंड पर डिपेंड करता है नेक्स्ट सर एब्स्ट्रैक्ट में महात्मा गांधी जी ग्राम स्वराज्य इज ए ट्रांसफॉर्मेटिव विजन फॉर सस्टेनेबल रूरल डेवलपमेंट emphasizing self-reliance, decentralized governance, and social equity. Conceived during India's freedom struggle, its refined Swaraj is not merely political independence but empowerment of village as self-sufficient autonomous unit. It Hind Swaraj 1909 Gandhi critique Western industrialization for under remaining rural India, advocating instant for an economy driven by the agriculture, cottage industries like khadi and local resources utilization. Central to Gram Swaraj is the Panchayat Raj system in party democracy where communities including marginalized groups activities shape their governance. The model integrate principles of non-violence, gender equality, and environmental sustainability align with the Gandhiji broader philosophy of simplicity and ethical living. Today, Gram Swaraj remaining highly relevant, offering a solution to the rural challenges such as a poverty, unemployment, and urban migration. The main keywords: Gram Swaraj, sustainable rural development, decentralized governance, Panchayat Raj, Atmanirbhar Bharat, and village autonomy. Next, sir. इंट्रोडक्शन में महात्मा गांधी जी concept of gram swaraj response is an ideal vision of self-relevant and self-sufficient village communities forming the backbone of India's sustainable rural development. Gandhi believed that true independence for India could only be achieved when every village attended economic, political, and social autonomy. His idea emphasized decentralized governance, local resources utilization, and community participation in decision making. Gram Swaraj aimed to empower village through education, cottage industry, and agriculture based on ecological harmony and moral values. It sought the balance material progress with ethical and spiritual growth, promoting equality, simplicity, and cooperation. In the modern era, when the world faces challenges of rural poverty, unemployment, environmental degradation, and social inequality, Gandhiji's Gram Swaraj provides a timeless and practical model. Next, sir. This study depends upon the four objectives. First, to study Mahatma Gandhi's idea of Gram Swaraj. Second, to understand how Gram Swaraj can help in rural development. Third one, the find out the importance of self-reliance and village economy. And last one, the see how Gandhiji ideas can be used for sustainable rural growth today. Next, research methodology. This research paper is based on qualitative and descriptive research methodology. It relies mainly on secondary data called up from books, journals, research article, government reports, and uh, authentic online sources related to Mahatma Gandhiji concept of Gram Swaraj and rural development. This study focus on understanding the theoretical framework of Gram Swaraj and its practical application in the present day rural India. Next, sir. Scope of the study. The present study focus on exploring Mahatma Gandhi concept of Gram Swaraj as a foundational for sustainable rural development in India. It's cover the philosophical, economic, and social dimension of Gandhiji vision and examines its relevance in the modern context. The study is limited to analyzing how the principle of self-reliance, decentralization, and village level employment can be applied to improve rural livelihood. Next, sir. Period of the study. The present study covers the period from Mahatma Gandhiji era 1950 to 1948 to the contemporary period up to 2025. It's beginning with an analyze of Gandhiji original thought and experiment related to Gram Swaraj during India's freedom movement and extended to the evaluation of their relevance in today's rural development context. Next, sir. Limitation of the study. The present study's certain limitation firstly is the based entirely on secondary data collected from books, journals, research paper, and online resources. Hence, it lacks primary data field based verification. Secondly, the study mainly focused on theoretical and conceptual aspect of Mahatma Gandhi's Gram Swaraj and does not include an in-depth statistical analysis or case study from the specific villages. Next, sir. Mahatma Gandhi's idea of Gram Swaraj. The first objective of this research is to study Mahatma Gandhi's idea Gram Swaraj, which means village self-rule. Gandhiji envisaged every village is India as a self-relevant and self-sufficient unit, capable of managing its own affairs without depending exclusively on the externally authorized. According to him, true independence for India would be achieved only when its village become economically, socially, and politically empowered. Gram Swaraj is not just a political concept but comprehensive model of rural development, emphasizing moral value, participators, governance, and equality. Gandhi believed that decentralization of power, local production, and collective decision making were essential for sustainable progress under this. Okay, okay, yes, ma'am. Next, sir. Next slide.
Please, Dr. Colin, make it precise.
Yes, yes, ma'am. Next slide. Gram Swarajya can be help in rural development. The objective understanding how can Gram Swaraj can help in rural development is central to studying Mahatma Gandhi's vision for the self-relevant and sustainable village economy. Gram Swarajya or village self-rule emphasizes decentralization of political, economical, and social power in village manage their own affairs independently. By analyzing concept, we aim to explore how empowering local communities can be lead to effective resources management, enhanced agriculture productivity, and better infrastructure in rural area. Yes, sir. Next, sir. The importance of self-reliance and village economy. The object of finding out the importance of self-reliance and the village economy is circular for understanding the foundation of sustainable rural development as invented by Mahatma Gandhi. Self-reliance of the Atmanirbhar principle of emphasizes the ability of village to fulfill their needs through local resources, skill, and industries rather than depending heavily on external sources. Next, sir. Gandhiji ideas can be used for sustainable rural growth today. The objective of examining how Gandhiji ideas can be used for sustainable rural growth today focus on bringing has timeless philosophy with contemporary rural development challenges. Mahatma Gandhi invented village and self-relevant units where social, economical, and environmental harmony could be mentioned through local initiatives. Next, sir. Conclusion. Mahatma Gandhi's concept of Gram Swarajya provide a visionary framework for achieving sustainable rural development in India by emphasizing self-reliance, decentralized governance, and participatory decision-making. Gram Swarajya empower village to manage their own economic, social, and political affairs. The study demonstrates that Gandhiji principle promoting cottage industry, agriculture based on ecological balance, education, and moral values remaining highly relevant in addressing contemporary rural challenges such as poverty, unemployment, migration, and environmental degradation. Self-sufficient village not only foster economic stability but also enhance social cohesion, greater equality, gender equality, and community responsibility. Applying Gandhi's ideas today require intelligent modern tools such as digital governance, renewable energy, and skill development promotes will pursuing the ethical and ecological principles central to his philosophy. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Doctor. So, one question from me.
Yes, ma'am.
So, how do you relate Gram Swaraj to eradicate poverty in India?
यस मैम, मैं हिंदी में बात करता हूँ। महाराष्ट्र में सबसे ज्यादा कॉटेज का प्रोडक्शन होता है। तो जब कॉटेज पर प्रोसेसिंग करने वाली मिल जब महाराष्ट्र में या रूरल एरिया में शुरू हो जाएगी, तो वहाँ के फार्मर्स को भी इनकम उनका बढ़ जाएगा और वहाँ के जो अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट लोग हैं उनको भी वहाँ पर एम्प्लॉयमेंट मिल जाएगा मैम।
Okay. So, thank you.
One thing I must add to this, that is revolving around the technical parts. So Tunab sir, the topic, the findings and your insights should be so precise and point to point and easy to read. The PPT should be made in that way. So this is my overview. I hope it will be very
Yes.
helpful to you.
Yes, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you, Dr. Shantesh. So, the next presenter was Dr. Anurna Gain of Haringata Mahavidyalaya.
Yes, good afternoon. Yes, I'm present. And am I audible?
Yes.
Okay. Actually, I have prepared a PPT, but due to some technical problems, I'm using a new device today, so I'm not being able to present. So I'm trying to convey what I researched about in a very precise or concise manner. Okay, ma'am? Will that be fine? Yes. And firstly, I congratulate the organizers, especially Parthoda, for this great endeavor, and I am sure that this journey will continue. Okay, so the title of my paper is Gandhi, a feminist, a deep into his views and actions. So from feministic point of view, I wanted to analyze Gandhi because actually one fine morning I came across article, online article, which expressed something which was totally unconventional and unknown and unusual for me. I will gradually disclose what actually kind of drawn me to this title. So firstly, he is known as Mahatma, the Mahatma who was not only a great political leader but also passionate lover of humanity. And there are various adjectives which are associated with him, and today also today's seminar, we are all of us are praising all his qualities, what he has contributed for the independence of India, and obviously for the development of India through his highly impactful and sensitive insights. But alongside this, I think he was also a human, so he also had some errors, and today I would like to mention a few of his errors, maybe, which is, I think, it's totally unconventional, because generally we try to tend to give a halo around his head that he is such a Mahatma, he is so great. He obviously is great, but there are, again, as humans, we are not perfect. All are or have some imperfections. So Mahatma Gandhi, he is told to be promoted, women's participation in social and political life, obviously advocating their education, their self-reliance, and moral strength. Uh, so, first of all, from education, he believed that education enables women to uphold their natural rights, and obviously it will help them recover their sense of dignity and self-respect. And Gandhiji objected to child marriages. Gandhiji was against dowry system, and he also was firm in his views regarding child widow, and he believed that a child widow should be duly married. But even after all this feministic stance, his feminism is often debated, because his feminism does not confront total patriarchal systems, leaving many social hierarchies intact. Some of them are that Gandhi's approach to women's liberation was limited by traditional views. He reduced women's roles to that of spiritual supporters rather than independent equals. So this spiritual, when he categorizes women's roles to that of only spiritual supporters, it reinforces gender stereotypes. So he used mythical heroines like Sita and Draupadi various times to symbolize an ideal Indian woman who possessed moral courage, spiritual strength, and obviously encourages virtues like purity and firmness. So his feminism was much more inclined towards moral and social and not that much political, in the truest sense how political women they have fought for their rights and all. So there has some social injustices remained during the traditions, during the era when he lived. So he vigorously promoted women's involvement in spinning, that we know the charka, which is symbol of the growth and development of India as well. But he wanted them women to generate income from within the comfort of their homes. He frequently expressed concerns about women facing mistreatment when they ventured outside their home to work. This is one, and then another which arose lots of criticism is his vow of brahmacharya. He took that vow of brahmacharya in the age of 38, at the age of 38, and he said that he wanted his wife to be a free woman after he has taken this vow of brahmacharya. But there is again a question that when he did this vow or this pledge, did he take the consent of his wife before, or he neglected the emotional entanglement that his wife may face? Uh, but the most controversial is something which is really shocking for me also, his practice or his quote unquote experiments of self control, experiments of brahmacharya. So in his ashrams in his later years he enforced strict chastity for women, separating even married couples and encouraging cold baths to curb desire. Later he conducted more extreme tests, such as sleeping naked beside young women, including his own grandnieces. The names of his grandnieces are Abha and Bonu. And Gandhi himself never denied this. And Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel and Jawaharlal Nehru has time to time criticized it, and Patel called this quote unquote a terrible blunder. But as he was Gandhiji and he is revered and respected throughout India, his status as Bapuji, he was allowed to continue despite the objections, continue with his experiments, quote unquote experiments. And then he said that he failed to recognize sex workers as valid members of society, and so he actually distanced himself from them, and also he publicly criticized them. So even though he supported the causes of Harijans, which are the untouchables, Gandhi did not extend the boundaries of social inclusiveness to encompass sex workers. Um, thousands of women joined campaigns like the non-cooperation movement and Salt March, but sex workers did participate in the independence movement, often on their own initiative. Gandhi himself publicly opposed prostitution as a social evil. So he advocated for the abolition of prostitution, but he did not did any step for the equal rights of them. So thus he can be celebrated. He is celebrated obviously for the great works that he has done. He is champion. He is told to be the champion of independence, equality, humanism. But obviously he is human, and all his views are rooted somehow in traditional ideals rather than in modern gender equality. So thus Gandhi's feminism is both revolutionary. Definitely he advocated for their education and all. It is revolutionary in one part, and again it has some boundaries. It is restrictive
Ananya,
and it
request you
has
to
some
match.
cultural conservatism.
Make it
Yes.
precise.
Yes, I have finished.
Yes.
And as this is very controversial, so I want to say that this research paper is based on secondary data methodology, which includes books, magazines, government publications, and internet information. Yeah, with this I'm finishing my presentation. Thank you.
So thank you, Ananya.
Okay.
Have you any questions?
No, I just had an observation. I think
Can't
Yeah.
if
interrupt.
I'm Oh, yes, thank you so much, ma'am. Actually, Madam Anunya Gayan, she
Yes.
made a very important point. I think one of the things about Gandhi is that, or on any figure of the national
Yes.
mainstream, is our inability to actually critically engage with them. I think, thank you for this paper, that these are some of the things that are always played down when it comes to Gandhi and his views on women. And since my paper is also on Gandhi and the idea of self-sufficient women, many of the
Mhm.
points that I thought were uncomfortable has already been touched. So thank you for that. Thank you, Chair. That's all.
Yes, actually, research should be from an objective point of view, and our task is this to make the uncomfortable things also familiar, because they all of them are great figures maybe, but after all, we all of us are human, and we can make follies.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, Chair. Thank
Okay,
you.
okay, thank you.
Thank you. So the next presenter was Shubhanil Ghosh. Are you ready, Shubhanil?
Oh, yes, yes. Thank you, ma'am. I'll just
Okay.
share my
We're
PPT.
in hurry. Partha,
Yes.
just save me.
Madam,
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 Yes.
my name is there, Dr. A. Somnar Sai.
Yes. So the next presenter.
Opportunity go with the chronology only. After the scheduled presentations, you please call for
My
me.
name is there. Fourth name is madam.
Yeah.
Okay.
जिनके
And
बाद
so
जिनका है
Shubhanil,
वो
just
ऐसे
hold
लो.
on.
Okay, sure, ma'am. Sure. Okay. Please. I'm sorry. Please. Okay, sure.
So you
Shall I
said,
start, madam?
yes. You have presented a review paper.
Yes, madam.
So please start.
Okay, madam. Thank you very much, madam.
Okay.
This is my great opportunity and privilege to present a paper on international seminar. Thank you very much, sir. Professor Padasarthi sir and co-chair of the session, Upasoma Day, Academic Counselor IGNO sir. My name is Dr. A. Somanarsaya, Assistant Professor of Public Administration, SRR Government Arts and Science College, Karimnagar, Telangana State, affiliated to Shatavana University. Paper title is Gandhi Ji Practice of Non-Violence in Human Well-Being and World Peace, Union Government Initiatives and Programs cum Practices. A great coincidence, madam. First practice of the Gandhiji ideology is the Balwant Rai Mehta Committee initiation, madam. Establishment of Panchayat Raj system in democratic India, madam. There is a third tier of the government, madam.
Yes.
After that, so many programs are implemented in union and state governments, madam. But the principle and practice of the very important to the related to the biggest democratic on the earth countries, as per the quotation of the Mahatma Gandhi, is non-violence is the greatest force at the disposal of mankind. It is mightier than the mightiest weapon of destruction devised by the ingenuity of man. Young India in 1920. This paper explores the philosophy and practice of non-violence as foundational principle for promoting human well-being and sustainable world peace. Mahatma Gandhi philosophy and non-violence has been a beacon of hope for humanity, inspiring generations to strive for peace, justice, and human rights. Objectives of the paper: to examine the core principles of Gandhian non-violence and its influence on human well-being and pursuit of world peace, to analyze the major initiatives of programs undertaken by the Union Government of India, promote Gandhian non-violence practices for social harmony, national integration, and international peace, to evaluate the impact of Gandhian principle on contemporary public policies, international peace missions, both India and abroad, to identify the best practices and lessons learned from the government-supported projects, collaborations inspired by Gandhi teachings, to assess the challenges and limitations of the institutionalizing Gandhian non-violence through the government actions and policies. Methodology, madam. This paper will be employ a qualitative research approach drawing on Gandhi writing speeches, biographies, as well as scholarly analysis of his philosophy and its impact. This paper aims to contribute the deeper understanding of the role of nonviolence in promoting human well-being and world peace. By examining Gandhi philosophy and its application, this paper hopes to inspire further research and action on the importance of nonviolence building in more just peaceful world. After that, madam, why nonviolence is necessary? It promotes peace and harmony and also encourages empathy and compassion. It reduces violence, supports human rights, indigenous, national wise or international wise. So, it inspired by the world leaders, by so many like Martin Luther King and other also. On the principles of the Gandhiji, after so many, one of the biggest program is initiated by the UPA government, Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. This is a big successful running scheme, inclusiveness scheme in India, by initiated by UPA government, running and continuing by the NDA government, madam. After that, one more best practice is the celebration of the Mahatma and October 2nd. It is also Non-Violence Day, resolved by the United Nations on 2007 onwards, madam. The UN observed from the statements of Gandhi, events, Gandhi philosophy and his realities is practicing all over the world, madam. And after that, a big successful program in India, madam, in present NDA government, Swachh Bharat mission, madam. It is previously budget allocation is very less, madam. Now 1.0 completed and 2.0 is running also, madam. It is a big program on the biggest democratic country, madam. This Swachh Bharat is the most practiced principle of Mahatma Gandhi, madam. After that, so many schemes also implemented by the union governments, state governments, madam. For suppose we'll take 15.59 crore rural households now have tap water connections, madam. 100% Har Ghar Har Jal ke liye in 8 states and 3 union territories implement, madam. Nearly 4 crore household completed, 92.35 lakh delivered under PM in Prime Minister Awas Yojana Urban, madam. And 2.86 households electrified under Saubhagya scheme, madam. So Ayushman Bharat is the very necessity, needed, required scheme in this country, madam. Covers 55 crore people, benefits extended to all citizens, 70 plus under Ayushman way, Vandana, madam. Free ration to the 81 crore beneficiaries, 11.80 lakh crore outlay till 2028, madam. Over 10.3 crore LPG connections provided under PM Pradhan Mantri Ujjwal Yojana, madam. 68 lakh loans to street vendors under Pradhan Mantri Swanidhi. Okay, madam. 30. These are also, madam. These are the practices of the international, madam. So many courses also offering by the Gandhi missions. So many also. Pros of the, madam, main benefits, it highlights the Gandhian non-violence serves as a powerful force to the positive, sustainable social change, madam, including both Indian policies and governmental peace. Key findings of the, madam, union government and global programs inspired by Gandhi successfully translate these ideas into real world action, enhancing the social cohesion, conflict resolution, madam, without violence. The philosophy of emphasis on truth, compassion, and community participation are also increasing, madam, enduring the models of inclusive development and human dignity, madam. The more the more influence is required, madam, in the present world, how the wars and internal disturbances are. So many, India is required as India is now problem with internal issues, madam, domestic violence and other so many issues. These are to resolve them. Gandhian philosophy is suitable weapon to the policy practice to the country, society, individual institutions also, madam. All state governments and union territories, especially the public administration department, and more responsible on the issue, madam. This is my small presentation on the great wisdom man organized by the Partha Sarkar, sir, madam. Thank you very much, madam.
Thank you, sir. So the next presenter is Dr. Parveen Pathak from Starix University, Haryana. Are you ready?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
So let's start.
जी, मेरा नाम डॉक्टर प्रवीण पाठक है। मैं एडिशनल प्रोफेसर डिपार्टमेंट ऑफ हिस्ट्री, स्टारक्स यूनिवर्सिटी, गुरुग्राम, हरियाणा। मेरा जो विषय है गांधी के विचारों में शांति। संपूर्ण विश्व को शांति और अहिंसा के मार्ग पर चलने के लिए प्रेरित करने वाले महात्मा गांधी का जीवन अपने आप में एक आदर्श है। उनके स्वदेशी स्वराज के विचार सदियों तक प्रेरित करते रहेंगे। महात्मा गांधी ने विश्व के बड़े नैतिक और राजनीतिक नेताओं जैसे मार्टिन लूथर किंग जूनियर, नेल्सन मंडेला और दलाई लामा आदि और महापुरुषों को प्रेरित किया। हिंसा और मानव निर्मित घृणा से त्रस्त विश्व में महात्मा गांधी एक सार्वभौमिक सद्भावना पुरुष और शांति के नायक के रूप में दृढ़ता से खड़े हैं। विश्व शांति के बौद्धिक तथा आध्यात्मिक पथ प्रदर्शक थे। वही महात्मा गांधी महान आत्मा को जिन्होंने विश्व को दिखाया कि सत्याग्रह को और अहिंसा को एक अधिक न्यायपूर्ण विश्व के निर्माण के लिए कैसे प्रयोग किया जा सकता है। महात्मा गांधी और अहिंसा का गहरा संबंध है। गांधी जी ने अहिंसा को मन, वचन और कर्म से किसी भी प्राणी को हानि न पहुंचाने के रूप में परिभाषित किया। अहिंसा का अर्थ केवल किसी को मारना ही नहीं, बल्कि मन, वचन और कर्म से सभी के प्रति प्रेम, समानता और आदर का भाव रखना है। अहिंसा कमजोरों का नहीं, बल्कि साहस और दृढ़ता रखने वाले शक्तिशाली लोगों का आत्मविश्वास और हथियार है, जो बुराई को प्रेम और धैर्य से जीतता है। गांधी जी मानते थे कि सत्य की खोज के लिए अहिंसा आवश्यक है। अहिंसा ही वह प्रकाश है जिससे सत्य का साक्षात्कार संभव होता है। गांधी जी के अनुसार अहिंसा केवल व्यक्तिगत सद्गुण ही नहीं है, अपितु यह एक सामाजिक सद्गुण है। समाज का नियमन लोगों के आपसी व्यवहार में अहिंसा के प्रकट होने से होता है। महात्मा गांधी का विश्वास था कि अहिंसा और सत्य एक दूसरे के पूरक हैं। एक के बिना दूसरा अधूरा है। अहिंसा के लिए सत्य अनिवार्य है, सत्य के लिए अहिंसा अनिवार्य है। अहिंसा में अहंकार और गर्व के लिए कोई स्थान नहीं है। इसलिए यह आवश्यक है कि जो व्यक्ति अहिंसक होने का दावा करता है वह अपने दिनचर्या में इसका पालन करे। गांधी जी ने इसे सत्याग्रह कहा, जिसका अर्थ है सत्य पर बल देना। इस सिद्धांत में किसी भी अहिंसक संघर्ष का उद्देश्य प्रतिद्वंदी को परिवर्तित करना है, उसके मन और हृदय को जीतना है, उसे अपने दृष्टिकोण के लिए राजी करना है। आपको मानवता में विश्वास नहीं खोना चाहिए। मानवता एक समुद्र है। यदि समुद्र की कुछ बूंदें सूख जाती है तो समुद्र मैला नहीं होता है। शांति लाने और संघर्ष को सुलझाने के बारे में गांधी जी की धारणा में हर बार विविधतापूर्ण रुचि के बिंदु होते हैं। जब वे प्रतिकूल परिस्थितियों को नियंत्रण में लाने के लिए उपवास करने पर जोर देते हैं, चाहे पूर्वी बंगाल में दंगा हो, भारत के उत्तर पश्चिम हिस्से में अशांति हो, उनकी आत्मा में शांति रहती थी, जो सचेत रूप से उनसे उपवास करने की मांग करती, भले ही वे देश के किसी भी अन्य कोने में क्यों न हो। इस प्रकार शांति सार्वभौमिक और शाश्वत हो जाती है। मेरी अहिंसा की पद्धति से कभी भी शक्ति का ह्रास नहीं होगा, लेकिन यदि राष्ट्र चाहे तो केवल यहीं पर खतरे को अनुशासन और अहिंसा के माध्यम से नियंत्रित कर सकता है। गांधी का मानना था कि अहिंसा का सिद्धांत अत्यंत सक्रिय शक्ति है। बेहतर है कि अहिंसा के द्वारा ही लोगों के दिलों पर राज किया जाए, इसके बजाय कि हिंसा के द्वारा शोर मचाया जाए। व्यक्ति को अपनी बुद्धिमत्ता के बारे में पूरा भरोसा होना चाहिए और अपने दृढ़ निश्चय के द्वारा ही समाज को परिवर्तन लाने पर विचार करना चाहिए। यदि मैं निष्कर्ष की बात करूं तो संघर्ष हिंसक भावनाओं से उत्पन्न होते हैं, जो बढ़ती जाती है और समाज के मूल अस्तित्व को खतरे में डाल देती है। गांधी जी का मानना था कि शांति की अंतिम परिभाषा यह होगी कि प्रत्येक मनुष्य स्वयं के साथ शांति में हो, अर्थात कोई आंतरिक संघर्ष न हो। गांधी जी इसे सत्याग्रह, जिसका अर्थ सत्या के बल पर देना, से संबोधित करते थे। इस सिद्धांत में किसी भी अहिंसक प्रतिद्वंदी को,
make it short.
जी सर बस हो गया मैम, प्रवर्तित करना, अहिंसा, असहयोग, न्याय, समानता पर गांधी जी का बल देना मुख्य उद्देश्य था मैम। तो मैम धन्यवाद सर, आप सभी लोगों का मुझे इस सेमिनार में पेपर प्रेजेंट करने के लिए। मैम आपका भी बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद मैम।
Thank you, sir. So the next paper presenter is Sultana Parveen.
Yes, ma'am, I am present.
Yes.
Okay, good evening, ma'am, respected organizers, moderator, and distinguished participants. I am Sultana Parveen Mullah, and currently I am pursuing Masters in English from from Alia University. And today I'll be presenting my paper that titled as Revisiting Gandhism, Ideals, Identity, and Innovation in the Contemporary World. In this presentation, I will try to explore how Gandhi's timeless philosophy that is based on truth, non-violence, and simplicity continues to guide us in solving the challenges of our modern world. So, ma'am, I am sharing my screen.
Yes.
Okay, ma'am, is it visible?
Yes. Go on.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, in this introduction part, I will try to explore how revisiting Gandhism matters. As we know, Gandhiji as a political leader, social reformer, and we call him the father of our nation. When we think of Gandhi, we often imagine India's struggle for independence. But Gandhism is not only about past, it is a living philosophy that teaches us how to live meaningfully today. In an age of materialism, digital dependency, and environmental crisis, Gandhi's ideas remind us that real progress means harmony between ethics, economy, and ecology. So, revisiting Gandhism today helps us rediscover moral balance and human dignity in a rapidly changing world. And the philosophy, Gandhian philosophy, mainly based on three principles: truth, ahimsa, and purity. Today, we live in a world of rapid technological progress and deep moral confusion. We have more machines but less peace, and more information but less wisdom. Revisiting Gandhism gives us a way to reconnect moral values with modern innovation. It allows us to look at how Gandhi's philosophy, built on truth, non-violence, and simplicity, it still offers answers to today's global problems. Gandhism is not a frozen idea. It is a living philosophy. Gandhi himself said, "My life is my message." His ideas of truth, non-violence, Sarvada, and Swaraj, while not only... Hello, ma'am.
Hello.
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, am I audible, ma'am?
Yes.
Okay.
But there is some noise.
Okay.
Please continue.
It's cracking.
Okay, sorry, ma'am. His ideas of truth, non-violence, Sarvada, and Swaraj were not only tools for political struggle, but principles of our daily life. In today's concept of environmental crisis and social fragmentation, these principles offer a moral compass, helps us redefine progress, not just in terms of GDP, but in terms of human dignity, compassion, sustainability. For Gandhi, truth was not just about speaking honestly, but living in harmony with one's conscience. Non-violence was not weakness, it was strength born from strength and self-control. These values can rebuild trust in politics, education, and even digital communication. Swaraj or self-rule gave a holistic explanation of the idea of liberty. He differentiated it from the concept of license. It means self-control. Thus, it was not just freedom from Raj, but also internal vices. The idea of Swaraj was intrinsically linked to Satyagraha. The idea emphasized on internal power rather than external. This was to be the basis of his enlightened anarchy. The idea was dependent on Oishma or non-violence for moral authority. The point was to combat the evil and not the evildoer. And in the next slide about education human values, for Gandhi, education meant more than getting a job. It meant building a good character. His Naitalim or basic education combined learning with productive work and moral training. He believed that education should make us independent, creative, and socially responsible. Today, with the new education policy, NEP 2020, we are once again recognizing the importance of value-based and skill-oriented education, something that Gandhiji envisions nearly a century ago. And now that is we are feeling today. Digital learning and artificial intelligence can make education more accessible, but if we lose empathy and ethics, learning will become hollow. Gandhiji reminds us that education made good humans, not just efficient workers. And in Gandhian economics and sustainable development, Gandhi rejected industrial greed and promoted local production and equality and environmental harmony. Gandhi's economic vision was radically simple. He rejected industrial greed and emphasized Swadeshi local production for local needs. As he wrote, Earth provides enough for every man's need, but not for every man's greed. This is an early statement of sustainability. Today's debate on climate change, green economy, and ethical consumption echoes Gandhi's warning from a century ago. His trusteeship theory proposed that wealth should be held not for personal luxury, but for social good. So imagine if today's billionaires followed that model, the world would look very different today. His idea of Swadeshi, local self-sufficiency, connects perfectly with modern concepts of sustainability and green economy. In a world facing climate change, Gandhi's philosophy encourages us to live simply, consume mindfully, and protect our planet. We can say he was one of the earliest thinkers of environmental ethics. He also talks about women's power. Gandhiji deeply respected women as agents of change and moral strength. He encouraged women to join public life and political movements, not through aggression but through non-violent courage. And in our times when gender equality and peace building
Parveen, there is a problem.
continues.
Parveen, in your audio, there is a problem.
Mrs. Molla, I think you have having, network issue. We cannot get you clearly.
No, but
Please go anywhere where network is fine. Are you okay? Hello?
Empowerment.
Parveen, I think there is a network issue.
Impact. Non.
কোনো সমস্যা কি?
I guess
সব ঠিক আছে?
Gandhi.
oh, she just has left. I think she is facing network issues. That is why. It's
Yes,
okay.
yes. So the last
last
presenter is Shubhranil.
Yeah.
Shubhranil. Are you there?
Mr. Shubhranil Ghosh, are you there?
Yes. I'm here. Shall
Okay,
I
madam.
share my? Yeah, shall I
Yeah,
share my?
let's start.
Okay. I'm sorry, madam. Yeah, thank you, madam. Entire screen. Share. Is it visible?
Yes, yes.
Okay, so my topic for the day, or my topic for discussion was Gandhi's views on the self-sufficient woman. Now, a full disclosure at the beginning, this is a paper presentation that I exclusively drawn from secondary sources in the form of internet material, in the form of journal articles procured from the net. If necessary, I'll share these links with the organizers. My sincerest thanks to the chair and to the co-chair Upasana madam for giving me this wonderful opportunity. Without further ado, I'll just drop right in. When I use the word configuring the self-sufficient woman, when I'm using the word configuring, there is an argument that I want to stress here, that when I say configuring, Gandhi is actually not taking the idea of the self-sufficient woman to be a given. Gandhi is actively forging a political project where he wants to create the idea of the self-sufficient woman. And here, as I hope everyone can see, there are three concentric circles. I couldn't use the shapes, otherwise it would have been a better presentation, but the shapes were not being useful. So the three concentric circles of family, community, of a nation are the most important categories for Gandhi, intellectual categories for Gandhi. However, the more important question for Gandhi is how to situate women in these categories. How to situate women in the three categories that Gandhi lays out. Gandhi's own views on women are that women have, now this is something that it's very interesting because Gandhi sometimes makes these offhand comments that women have an innate strength of character. As my previous paper presenters, Madam Ananya Gayan had mentioned, that Gandhi's views on women are very much traditional, that he invokes Draupadi, he invokes Sita, that women are filled with chaste, virtue, dignity. But these moral virtues, how do they translate politically to create the self-sufficient woman? This is the most interesting act. And see, there is a reciprocity here. The third point will be here. We'll explore this, that for Gandhi, a robust society free of exploitation is necessary for women to achieve self-sufficiency, and conversely, only women, only self-sufficient women who have made full use of their inner quote-unquote strength can actively participate in building this robust society. This is a complete concentric, it's cyclical for Gandhi, which is why women are situated always within the larger context of the family, the community, and nation. For Gandhi, the question of women is always subserviated to the question of building a robust family, to the building of a robust community, and building of a robust nation. That is one of his main prerogatives. Now, if I move to the next slide, following that, we have to recognize then Gandhi's views on women are much in sync with how he actively wanted to build the national mainstream movement. For Gandhi, building the national movement with disparate sections of society was actually more important as a larger political project than only the question of women. This is why he continuously invokes that women are the Ardhangana or the Sabadharminis for men. So they initiate men into a dutiful life. They are important facilitators of spiritual discipline and strength. Additionally, Gandhi also considered women as crucible of family, and here family and social change were interlinked. In the context of this, concepts like microfinance and practical life-oriented education, these were things Gandhi thought that women could simultaneously be the most important beneficiaries and the most important stakeholders. Gandhi felt that microfinance and practical education were the most, would fructify the best results if they were conducted by women on women. This is why, and it's a very important letter, Gandhi writes to Rajkumari Amrit Kaur on October 21, 1936 from Wardha, that women must recognize their inner dignity and shun the slavery that men has imposed on them. This actually later feeds into the larger idea that Gandhi himself considered himself to be a slave owner. That when he was marrying and when he was bringing his wife into a married life, he felt that in order to free himself of this slavery, he had to pursue a certain course of action, which we often have to, which we can criticize and debate about. But this was how he conceptualized the women's question. And this is why Gandhi also criticized what he felt, that women were often being willing slaves, quote unquote. This is a very problematic conceptualization. But this is Gandhi's statement in that letter to Rajkumari Amrit Kaur, that Gandhi felt that women were willing in their slavery. And the only way to ameliorate this slavery was education, employment, and social transformation. Education aspect and the aspect of social transformation has I'll just finish in the next 2 minutes. Social transformation were something that I mentioned, but the employment aspect is that Gandhi felt that rural employment for women was extremely important. And finally, Gandhi had opposition to the social evils like Parda, child marriage, dowry, and sati, but he also focused on this reciprocal project of agency, this reciprocal agential project, utilizing the national mainstream movement to incorporate women into the larger mainstream, allowing a partial expression of agency on their part. This is how he conceptualized and configured the self-sufficient woman. Thank you. That's it. For paucity of time, I'm happy to take questions and we'll be able to discuss this. That's all.
Thank you, Shridharil. Anyone have questions? Any of the presenters? Have you any questions? No? So thank you all. From the behalf of the organizers, I thank you all in your nice presentation and hope we will all enrich by your presentation. So in a just in a nutshell, so in this session, the first presenter Pooja Rani Roy, by Ravindra Bharati University, present her paper From Khadi to Make in India, The Changing Face of Swadeshi. This presentation highlighted how the Swadesh movement, a village-oriented concept, gradually... Yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Don't discuss about the presentations or papers right now. You just have to make the best paper. So with that video, everyone can see in the YouTube channel, and we'll know about their papers and all the discussions what you want to do.
Okay,
so,
yeah. So let's end the session. Thank you all again.
Yeah, just end the session.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you so much,
discussion
organizers, for the opportunity. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir.